God, please. I want this to be my testimony. I can't do this. God, I cannot do this, God. I just cannot. It's exhausting. This is so exhausting. This is so exhausting. Oh. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're just seeing this, my name is June. Please address me as June and not Ma or June. This is June, please. Anyways, today I'm going to be talking about my relocation timeline. To be honest, I am doing this because during my time of waiting, I had like so many questions that there was no answer to. And yeah, I've done this vlog before, but somehow I cannot see it till date because my laptop decided to be useless. I really can't always get another one. But yeah, so hi again. So I'm just gonna go straight into the point. My old relocation process started sometime in December last year. Right, I think it was even before December. It was sometime in September or whatever. My mom just walked into the house and she was like, "I think your US application didn't work. Why don't you try Canada? Like you have cousins here. I've been hearing about Canada. I think it's going to be a good idea. Why don't you give it a shot?" I mean, before that time, I used to mess around telling people that, I was not born to be in this country. I was not born to live in this country. I was due for the Canada weather because I did eat Lagos makes me like crazy. I sweat a lot normally. So like I used to be like, I born for like the cold weather. I hate the fact that I used to swear. But anyways, moving forward. So anyways, we started the process. I was going to apply to a school in London, but I got the admission, right? But it didn't work out for some weird reason. Okay, yeah, it didn't work out because me in particular, I wasn't really feeling the school. The fee was a bit high, one. Secondly, I had to settle for a course. So it wasn't like it was something I wanted to do. It was more like I was settling. And I don't know what God did, but it just reminded me of the whole US thing and how I got denied. Also, that one too, it was more like I was not really feeling it. I was just doing it because I needed to leave, not because I wanted to, right? So I think maybe God really wanted me to like do one or two things or learn one or two things before like this thing went through. So anyways, moving forward, I applied to the school. I got an admission for September last year. But yeah, before then, I have my auntie school I currently getting an admission to. So she was the one that told us about this school, right? And then I made my research, and to God be the glory, they actually were willing to give me a course that I'm interested in. So mind you, initially I was settling for what I could find, but now I am going for what I wanted. So I applied. I mean, I wanted to apply for September intake this year, but they said, that they are filled up for like my country of citizenship. They've had enough intake from Nigeria, so it cannot work anymore. And I was like, okay, wait. So I realized that they said, okay, the next intake for the course I wanted was for January 2026. So I reached out to the school again. They were like, when the admission is ready, they will actually open their portal and I'll see. So I was patient while I still hold on to the other one. So the plan was, if by May the admission portal was not open, I was just going to go ahead with the other one since I already get an admission for that one. And so sometime in March, I just went ahead and applied. The admission was not open yet. So in April, they kept me on wait list. And in May, I can't forget that, in May 7th, I got my admission to the school. I remember that day I was talking to a friend of mine, a very good friend. I was a day to her birthday, and then I just got an email, congratulations, and I was like, I was so happy. You guys have no idea. So moving forward, so May 8th I got my admission, and the moment immediately we had to start doing everything necessary. So I paid my tuition, I paid my confirmation fee, which I had like 30 days to do. After that one went through, I could just paid my tuition since we were already on ground. And to God be the glory, you all went well. So between May, I was also putting together my documents, getting my affidavits, getting bank statements, getting sponsorship letter, getting all of that. If you had watched my previous video, I already like to get some of the documents I used. So all of those documents, it took me about a month to put them together or more, because I remember that I submitted the documents June 25th. CM, I just want to advise and put this out there that I don't care whatever time you're trying to like come in, even if you gain admission. Let's assume you gain the admission for next year intake this September or this December. Please go ahead and apply for your visa, right? Because this thing is getting very strict as the day goes by. So let me go back to where we were talking. So I got my admission and I kept the document together, and then by June 26th, I remember, I submitted. And then an hour later, I got like an email to go and do my biometrics. So I scheduled the biometrics for the following Monday immediately. But somehow, I really wanted to leave Lagos a very long time ago, but Lagos really tested my patience and my faith in Christ. So sometime, I went for I decided I was going to do biometrics on Monday, right? Because I applied on a Friday, so I wanted to do the biometrics on Monday. So the Monday was I booked an appointment for 9 o'clock, and then I checked the Google map before I left my house by like 6:30, and I was seeing that it would take me 45 minutes to get to IRCC's office in Lagos. I don't know what you guys call it again, I forgot. Sorry. So it took me like an hour to get there. But tell me why I was on my way and I was still in traffic 2 hours later. I was in traffic 3 hours later. Lagos did its own thing. So anyways, I missed my biometrics for that day, and then I reached out to one of the officers that were attending to us at the gate, and he was like, oh, I have to send an email, and they would have to, I don't know what they said, I'll have to maybe reschedule or something, but they will release my whatever, and then I'll have to reschedule. So I sent an email first week, nothing. Second week, nothing. Before we need 3 weeks already gone. And so I knew at that point I didn't have the time. Mind you, when I went the first time, the guy suggested that I could like do a VIP thing. But we already like spent so much money, and we still have like so much money we're going to spend. And I couldn't. I was like, nah. But eventually I had to come back and do the that biometrics for 25th of July. Remember I told you that I submitted 26, so I had like a 31 days or 30 days validity here. So the 30 days validity expires like 26th of July. So on 25th I decided that, you know what, I spoke to my family, please let me just go and do the VIP. And then I went to do the VIP, and before you knew what was going on, within 15 minutes I was done. Yeah, that is the whole point of VIP. In fact, 10-15 minutes I was done. 10 minutes, 7 minutes I was done. That's the whole point of the whole VIP. It just really helps you and all of that. So I did it and I left. And then the waiting started. I prayed, I fasted, I cried. I had so many times that my faith was tested. I cried so many times during this process that I did since the beginning of January. I don't know, maybe because I was overwhelmed, I was stressed, work was on my nerve, I was exhausted from work, I was exhausted from Lagos traffic. I mean, why would I be leaving home at 8 o'clock, and as a young person I'm coming home by 8:30? It really didn't make sense to me, because I mean, for my workplace I was already closing by 6. So before I get to home, sometimes like to 8:30, sometimes I got to like 9:30, it's like rain and there's heavy traffic and stuff. There's even one time I got to like 10 o'clock because the traffic was bad. So all of these things was just contributing to me losing my mind, and I was just really so sad. And I was really thinking about something. So it was after I now applied and I realized that, oh, there's something called you can actually check YouTube and TikTok to do these things. And I was like, oh, how did I not know? So I started watching YouTube and I started seeing people talking about their timeline, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, some people 6 months, and I was so nervous. I was literally telling God I needed this thing as soon as possible. The reason why we actually started early was because we were saying that, oh, God forbid, if we didn't get the visa, I'll just be able to reapply even before school starts, right? That was the whole point of we starting as early as that July. You see why I said it should start early. So I waited, I prayed, I kept checking my website, nothing. And so August, so mind you, remember I told you I started checking YouTube. So I saw where people were saying, oh, they went to do upfront medicals, blah blah blah. And in my mind I was like, oh, I wish I actually knew this. I would have done my upfront medical. Well, I mean that I feel like everything has its own purpose. God has a reason for everything. And so I didn't try to do the medical. So by August 28th, it was on a Friday. I don't know, I tell you that I was so stressed at work that I got an email from IRCC. I didn't even know. They sent the email by 5 p.m. By 10 p.m. I have like this other job I do. So I was working on that, and something in me was just like, if not even check your email today, what's going on? So I went to check my email. And then I saw that IRCC has requested for me to go do my medical. God, I was so happy. So before then, I used to see like some places where people say, oh, if you didn't do upfront medicals and IRCC request for you to do your medical, that's like a sign that they're interested in you and you get your visa. And that really made me so happy, blah blah blah. So happy. Then something in me again was like, just gotta check online. I checked ChatGPT. ChatGPT was like, it was like that does not mean blah blah blah, they could still deny you. The other, I saw Neraland where someone was saying that Neraland where someone was saying that, oh, they got their medical request to go and do their medical today, and the following day they got a denial. God, that really made me anxious to hear, and I was so scared. But either ways, I went to do my this thing at, I don't know where their place is, or V Life, something like that. And I was going to book for IAM in Kenya because that's where it's closest to my place, but I didn't see a website for me to book online, so I was only able to get the one on the island, which I went to do on the island. I think it was on a Tuesday or Monday, I can't remember. So I went to do it, and then I was really nervous, right? Because after I did my medicals, especially with the ChatGPT in Ireland, I was still expecting email, God forbid, I've been denied. So excuse the old dressing, just randomly started snowing at almost 11 or past 11, and we had to go cover the car, my auntie's car, and all that. So I think I was talking about how so I went to do my medicals, and then I was going to request for this thing. So they told me to come back after 10 working days if I can get it. So I mean, for someone that was so impatient, I was very anxious. I couldn't wait. I texted them like 2 days after because I saw on YouTube somewhere that she got her medicals like 2 days after. So I texted them. They said no. That was when I started saying, oh, because the 10 working days started counting like 2 days after. I think it was a holiday the day after or something. I can't remember, but yeah, they said so. They still have like another 6-7 days to go before. Another 7-8 days to go rather before I can get the whole thing. So I just kept waiting, I kept praying, I was anticipating and all of that. So moving forward, they're like the 7th working day, I called them, they just said, oh, it's ready, that they even submitted it. So in the midst of all of that time, I had like so many thoughts that was going through my head, like, oh, why did I not get HP vaccines? And maybe because they asked that, do I have like a tattoo? And I was like, no, I don't have a tattoo. And then I was beginning to wonder if my brow tattoo was going to be a problem. And then at some point, I was also, because they made mention about my eye, as you can see. So I was also wondering if that was going to be a problem, yada. So I just had a lot of things that was going through my head. And so on that 7th working day, I called them actually, and said it was ready and they submitted it. And then I was like, okay, but I do not have what they call it. I do not have I need a copy to at least see, to put myself at ease. They let me how to pay. Anyways, I still paid another 35 to get a copy, which was sent to my email. I said I passed already. I was so happy. I was so gracious. So now another waiting period from IRCC. I waited 2 days after. I said I did updated it. Okay, so like 2 days after I said I did updated it on my profile. This is like talking about a September 12th here. And at this time, as soon as they updated on my profile, in fact, I think like as soon as I got back from this thing, I already like tendered my resignation letter. That I was planning to like send it on the 14th because I had like a feeling I was going to get it before that 14th. So I think the resignation letter was for 12th itself. I can't remember. I'll have the clips of it. This is a resignation letter. Have I been requested to bring my passport? No. So I'm supposed to give like a 2 months notice. So supposedly I'm expecting that I get my passport stamped, my Canadian visa by 15th of September latest. Today is what? 2nd of September. I don't even have notice, not requested that I bring my passport. And then I'm ready with this. So I'm working for it. I know there's nothing but Canada. I updated it that Friday when I was leaving for work because it didn't seem like it was going to come that Friday. So I updated it for 19th of September. So I got home that 12th after they've updated it. I still kept checking my profile because I saw a lot of people that still said, oh, they got it in the morning. My profile got updated in the morning and they got it by evening and something. I kept checking. On Saturday the same thing. So on Saturday I was like, you know what, I was going to keep my mind at rest, right? So I don't know, I think I missed the place where I said, oh, like on the night of September, I had this feeling I was going to get it in church. So I wanted to like come out because that was one of the things I told God I was going to do. I'm not one to do all those coming out to testify. I want to appreciate God in my own way by giving back to him and stuff. But I told God I was going to come out regardless. So on the night I thought I was going to get it, but it didn't come. But yeah, life moved on. And that Saturday on the 13th, I remember that I was very anxious. At some point I was like, you know what, let's just wait it out. I believe that God has done it. So as of 10 o'clock, I remember I was doing my laundry. I was trying to get distracted, so I was doing my laundry that day. And then okay, on Saturday I remember I was doing my laundry, and then this spirit was like, go and pray. Like I saw the clip and it was like, go and pray in this exact location with this exact song. At first I was trying to like I'm doing my laundry and I'm done, but the spirit did not allow me rest until I left my laundry to go and do it. I mean, because it was in my compound, I was a bit shy that what would people say and stuff. But I ended up doing it and I prayed. I even prayed beyond what I imagined. At some point I loosened up, I told God, I spoke with God. I stopped praying at some point. I was speaking with God. We were literally discussing that you cannot tell me to go and do something and put me to shame. I know that the devil is trying to, but there's no way you're going to fail me. I know the kind of God I served, and you've given me reasons. You have told me even before I started that you've done it. So why? You will never put me to shame. So these are the kind of discussion I was having with God. And I told him, please don't forget 10 o'clock. And the following day I went to church. I woke up very early. I wanted to join workers, but for some reason I could not because they said so many rules. There's no way I could do any of that. They were like, oh, if I want to join their workers and if I want to work, as part of their media team, I would have to wear stop wearing dress. And at that point, I was like, I was going to leave. Why would I start buying dresses and skirts that I'm not going to need eventually? I was like, nah, there's no way I was going to raise. So I was there in church. I was happy that day. I was, if you see me, I was so joyous. In fact, I had a clip of me in church that day to this video. I was very happy, blah blah blah. Then I went home, I checked my phone, I still checked my portal. Maybe they've not still like sent an email, but it has been uploaded there. And I still did not say anything. So I just wanted to rest. I remember that how I dropped my phone, and the next thing I got an alarm around past 10. I got a notification rather. An email came in and was a correspondence letter, and I was like, what is this? But then previously from like my research, I saw that these are like some of the emails people get before they now get their main passport request. And I got nervous, I was scared, and 45 minutes after, exactly 45 minutes after, I got my passport request. And honestly, at that point, everything just felt light. I was so happy. I called my family members because I don't stay with my family members. So it was like a video call, everybody was happy, and that. And that was how it went. And then the following week, I went to submit my passport. I got it stamped. Then a week after, that same week on Friday, I got it back. No, I got it the week after on Monday. So basically, that was how it went. So in all of this, I just wanted to let you know that the process for everybody differs, right? Yours might be faster, yours might be slower. You should not give up. And then that's why I'm going to give this advice that start as soon as you can, start as soon as you get your admission. It's better to get the passport request on time than to get it late that you might have to miss your admission, right? And then it just gives room for uncertainty, right? So you never can tell what's going to happen. So anyways, that was how it went. My denial in US did not become the end of me, because I know I'm still going to get to that US by next year or next 2 years by God's grace. But this, I believe, is going to be like a stepping stone into becoming something great. I was very intentional with what I wanted, and I went for it. With God by my side, everything succeeded. So yeah, this was my first time applying. Yeah, I don't think I ever mentioned that. It was my first time applying, and it was a success. Glory be to God. And so will it be for every other person that is watching this video. I wish you all the best, right? If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. So that's going to be the end of this vlog. Please do not forget to share, like, and subscribe. For my TikTok people, family, thank you so much. I love you. I'll be happy to see because like this. But anyways, I like this. I don't know, but thank you so much for watching this video. See you on my next vlog. Bye.